Legend of Total War here with part 5 of my Crusader Kings 2 Let's Play campaign as the Karling Dynasty Empire of Francia. Alright, so previously we consolidated more of our territory, creating the vassal Kingdom of Middle Francia, and we're working towards making the Kingdom of Italy. And we've decided that we're just going to fully, wholly, completely annex the Umayyads' territories in Andalusia, regardless of how many treaties we have to break. We're just going to keep on attacking them, because no one can really stop us. So now's the time to do it. It's rich lands, it's better in our hands than theirs. So let's see, what should we do next? Alright, let's just resume. I don't remember where I left off. Okay, we probably don't really need that much piety at the moment. But it's only 30 gold, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so I think we just need to wait. Yeah, we need to wait for our forces to recover a little bit. And then we'll go smash them. So someone's gonna create the Duchy of Galicia. That's not really good. Duchy of... Oh, it's Duchy of Brittany. I thought you carried the Kingdom of Brittany. Okay, we gotta be careful. If they start creating kingdoms, it's gonna be a problem. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create the Kingdom of Burgundy to make sure Aquitaine doesn't create it themselves. They'll desire it. Hang on, de jure. They'll desire the kingdom, but he won't be able to stop this. Once this is all transferred over, he won't care anymore. So he's probably going to desire it, right? Not yet. Okay, well, we'll see how we go. Duke of Medina. Here's the thing, we're currently in the middle of, like, fighting these guys. Well, sort of. So I don't know if I really want to deal with that right now. How many duchies do I currently have? Just the one. Okay. Alright, let's do this. So he rises up against us, that's fine. So it's a bit of slight reprieve from war with the Umayyads. This will help consolidate our forces in Italy. Because we don't make that much piety from fighting these guys, so we might as well... If we've got this opportunity, let's make use of it. I can take the duchy and his county title away from him. So he's 8 years old and he's already got quite a lot of martial ability. So that's good to see. This isn't so good because this is not de jure part of the Kingdom of Andalusia, so it's going to be hard to transfer him into Andalusia. I mean, we can do it, it's just... Hang on, don't tell me he's going to create the Kingdom of Galicia. Can't create it just yet. Okay, good. We definitely do not want him doing that. Okay, we're taking attrition here, so let's just get on with this. It's probably just due to winter. lots of attrition, but that's okay. Let's take all this. And we make a bit of gold out of it as well, which certainly helps. See, things are definitely starting to get better. There's only 4 different rebellious factions. So the gold that we take from these settlements we use to invest in our own territories, of course. Good. So he surrenders, you guys quickly disband. So he's usurping titles, and that's great. You oppress your people, that's what I want you to see. Okay, so, you're out of here. So he's an Italian lord, not anymore. You are out of here. Okay, then, we need to hand Florence over to you, so you can administrate it. As for the Duchy of Medina, we don't need to worry about that right now. What we need to be doing is transferring all of these vassals, or actually evicting them of their territory if they're Lombard. So we'll start with you, and transferring them into French-controlled lords. And the thing is, I was recently watching a documentary on William the Conqueror, and he did pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now. When he conquered England, he pretty much root and stem just rooted out every fucking Saxon he could find and just annexed everything. Really brutally as well. And I know why he did it as well, because culture makes a big difference. He needed to root out foreign culture, even though he was the invader. And it was that brutality that allowed him to be the conqueror, and soft-hearted men. You never see them, you know, conquer to the same extent of brutal men. Because the world is ruled by brutality. The thing is, if there's room for kindness, be kind. If there's no room for kindness, it's just a liability. Alright, now. We ready to go? No, we still need a few more troops. I don't leave anything to chance. So this one over here will hit you next. And just completely uproot the Italians. So if you have a look at these places now, they should be French. Anything in here should be French. Oh, there's this one here. Okay. Grant him that title. The Duchy of Aragon. That's fine. So now how many troops can we expect from them? It's increasing. Alright, we've got 23,000 in total. I think what we need to do is focus more on the actual de jure parts of Andalusia. Because if we do these now, what's going to happen is these guys are going to create their duchy titles, the kingdom titles, and all that kind of stuff that they're not supposed to create. And then I have to pry it out of their hands, which just creates more effort. I mean, I'd like to have an additional 2,000 men, but we really just can't wait. These guys are currently in holy war for Fez. Why? I don't care. Let's just what are they doing? They're attacking Caliph. Oh, he must be Shia. Good. Well, he's in the middle of fighting. Now's our chance to get in there. Hang on. Let me just see. Does anyone care if I take on the Shia forces? Yeah, they do care. We're dealing with this first. So, let's see. I'm thinking we don't necessarily need to be taking territory that's right on the border. We just need to be taking territory that's the most valuable that he's got. So Seville is pretty valuable. It's 5 regions. And we just come down this way here and conquer our way until we get there. They might surrender before we even get to it. Alright, let's do it. Alright, we're going to need to move fast as per the usual. How many troops can we expect from them? Not the full levy, but it's a good amount. Like I said, we're working on the complete and utter annexation of the Umayyad forces in territory in Spain, in the Iberian Peninsula. All of it's got to go, and let's try and do it within our lifetime. Although that's a bit of an ask. It's a lot of territory to conquer. I mean, it'd be easy if we had a crusade. You can take the entire kingdom in one go. But I'm not waiting fucking 83 years for a crusade. We're going to take this well before then. Anyway, you can only do one crusade every 30 years, after 900 AD. There's plenty of other choices over here, like there's the Abbasids, for example. Prime real estate over there. North Africa is very valuable. Where it's not valuable is like Mali, that's shit. Down here's a little bit shit. This is all good out this way. The north is shit, because it's tribal. Okay, now we need to start paying attention to this. We don't start assaulting the settlement until the reinforcements show up, because we take fewer casualties if we have more troops. 10,000 men isn't enough to get things started. At least they can just starving it out for a month or so, whatever it takes to get them down here. If it gets to this point here, we take fewer casualties. So this is what I was saying about like taking out Britain. They're always the first to arrive on the coast here to try and fuck us up. This is why after we've done with this, we'll need to start rooting them out as well. Yeah, just bulldoze right through them. Good. He's turning out pretty good, I think. Considering he's only 9 years old, those are some pretty decent stats. If things keep going this way, he's going to end up being very good. So staying close to the coast, most of these regions have a pretty decent amount of supply. Still loads of reinforcements to come. The more we send over here, the fewer casualties we'll take. Alright, this is enough. 20,000, let's do this. The reinforcements will catch up as we keep going along. Good. As long as we've got control of the province, we just move from region to region and increase the thing, because we control neighbour holdings. That's it, we just brutally carve our way towards Seville. Whoops. Okay, this is all we've got now. Slightly under 20,000 troops. It should be plenty. I wonder why there's high attrition here. So now we'll just smash our way through, just move on to the next region. Still got a load more troops than what the Umayyads are going to throw at us, considering they're weaker than ever now. And this will continue to weaken them even further. Already halfway done. We've lost about 4,000 or 5,000 men. In essence, we only really need to get to about 70% war score before they're like, oh, I can't handle this anymore, and then surrender. So his reign is not going to be that of high prestige, but prestige doesn't give us anything. You know, shit. After 2,000 prestige doesn't give us anything. God, sometimes I bumble my words up. So whatever. It's because I have like multiple thoughts at once. I'm just like, my mouth can only say one thing, but my mind is thinking 4 things at once. People who are really good at speaking just know to speak slowly. I'll keep going a little bit longer because I'll sit there because I want more piety. They know to speak slowly so that, you know, one thought at a time can be spoken of. I haven't got to that point yet. Because these are strategy games. There's lots of shit going on. Good. Even though, look, we're better off, I think, ending this war now, recovering our troops so that we can come back and hit them again. Don't worry about the piety that much. So we'll accept this. Disband. Oh, hang on, just gotta give them a day. And disband it, or levies return home, and let's sort this out. So, a very rich province here. That's already been built up quite a lot. So when we create new temple vassal, we get more piety as well. Just keeping an eye on that. Alright, so... looking good. Let's create... give this guy the entire duchy, and he can just manage it as he sees fit from there. If he wants to get himself the duchy, that's his business. I'm not wasting gold on it. Alright, so how many troops do we have available? 14,000. So we lost 9,000 men in total. That's okay. We'll just wait a little while, and we'll get them back. Now with that piety, let's continue to oppress the Italians. So I claim this. We still have an assassination attempt, well, possible attempt going on. That'll need to be dealt with eventually. Well, I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. If we can just hold out for, let's see, 6 more years. If you just live for 6 more years, it won't matter if you die then. Troops, get rid of this revolt. So yep, you're Lombard, which means you need to be evicted from the territory. Funny thing is like William the Conqueror also made sure he had the blessing of the, well, he sort of forced blessing from the Pope. See, I have by right of the Pope, I claim all these lands. It's really for a feudal lord in the medieval period, that was the only use of the Pope, I think, is that if you had the Pope on your side saying, yes, you are, by God or whatever, the rightful lord of this realm, you can use it to your advantage. But when the Pope was against you, fucking get rid of that Pope. And Ravenna, because you're Italian. We just completely uproot them all. So he's only actually got a few of those titles. There we go. Now I could give him... No, not Amiens. Give him the Duchy of Medina, and it doesn't mean anything. So I can now recruit even more troops from him. So who's this? This isn't my vassal, belongs to Duke of Tuscany. So... That's right, another son was born. Very good. So this is... Wait, what? Is this the one here? Oh, okay, so my sister had another child, despite being fairly old. Well, we'd give him some land if anything shows up. I mean, we've kind of already got this under control here. I mean, we can make them a duke. Or we can just not worry about it right now. We're going to need someone when we go and conquer England. Alright, how are we going with the military? 21 out of 23,000, that's looking good. Now, I gave you this duchy, but I'm going to retract it. Yes, it's best you become ambitious. Let me have a look at you now. Look at those stats. For a 10-year-old, this is turning out to be a very good kid. Alright, we're low on prestige, so let's not prestige, piety, so let's not worry about anything else. Now, we're ready to go against you. I got 22,000. What about my personal troops? Yep, they're good to go. So, if we declare war, where do we want to hit? We want to hit them where it's going to hurt the most. Toledo, Portugal, there's 4 regions in that. Murcia. Or, I don't know, whatever. Leon. Beja seems like a good choice. That's 4 regions. Let me just see what else there is. There's 4 in this. I'm thinking, where is it? Beja. Doesn't bother me this far away. It's probably best for us if we keep this fairly close to us. That way, Aquitaine can just get straight into it. Because I'm not giving them any more territory out here. So yeah, we'll go for Beja. So hire these troops where they needed the most. Very good. We've got more troops from Aquitaine. Well, I've got good favour with Aquitaine. We need to make use of it. I wouldn't worry about that too much. We should stick as close to the coast as possible. We didn't even get into this territory last time when they surrendered, so let's just make our way down here again. It's actually making me think that maybe I shouldn't have conquered this province here. That's it, just get our guys over here and we'll smash them up. So, let's see. How many troops can they muster now? They can still muster a fair bit. Okay, so our younger daughter needs to get matrilineally married. Doesn't need to marry someone of our blood, just... hang on, age. Someone young, but also fertile. A Lombard, yeah, it's fine if it's matrilineal marriage, doesn't matter if he's a filthy Lombard. Legend, I'm a Lombard, I'm not filthy. I don't get people messaging me that, but sometimes I feel like people would say that. I don't know. It's just... here's the thing, no matter what, if I say anything mildly controversial, there's always somebody that's like, that has the exact opposite opinion, or be like, if I mention a stereotype, they'll be like, I'm of this culture and I'm not like that. It's just like, I don't care, you know? It doesn't disprove the stereotype either. Because I think what you guys need to understand, well, when I say you guys, the people that leave those kind of comments, you need to understand is that you're just one person, right? And one person, like, your opinion doesn't matter. I mean, I know my opinion doesn't matter, that's why I throw it around everywhere, because I know it doesn't matter. Yeah, I need that cultural stuff, because more cultural points will allow us to get to legalism faster. Just gotta just store it up for the time being, though. And also, of course, a noble custom. It's very useful to have plus 24 of the noble's opinion of us. I'm no longer really too concerned about these Umayyad wars. They just we just outnumber them by so much now. It doesn't really matter. You should end your plot. I don't want you to get into any trouble. That's okay. The Dutch show up, and then you hold on to it for long enough, they go back to being French. Ah, right, okay. So we still got a monstrous number of troops, 22,000. Let's make our way directly towards here. Problem is that we are taking a little bit of attrition here. It's barely noticeable though. So we're at Cordoba here. This is going to be worth a lot of war score. And then they surrender. Good, we have another province under our control. course, we need to disband our troops. The sooner they're disbanded, the sooner they can be recalled. I think... hang on, what's this? Yeah, this is not necessary. Okay, so I think this guy here... this is French. Oh, they're all French. Okay, that's fine. So they were already building something here. Alright, now we need the... where's the castle? Ah, shit. Okay, hang on. Need to find someone with 2 sons. A minor landholder with 2 sons. Which, that's going to be hard to find. I really... I can be over my limit for a little while. So what's being built here? A new temple. Alright, build a new castle here. So that I can just... rather than having to go constantly hunting for a new French lord, we'll just draw one from here. We're only 3 over the limit. It's not going to be that bad. Oh, you've taken that for us. Good job. Okay, so Bavaria's getting totally destroyed. That's fine. Alright, I've got 463 prestige. Sorry, piety. What do we want to do with it next? So what's going on here? It's just some revolt. Won't worry about that right now. I'm going to revoke your titles. I know I gave it to you, but I don't care. I was just doing that so you can hold on to it. So she's got 2 of these titles, and then you've got the other one. And all of this will be transferred into here, of course. So, I need to revoke your duchy, and I need to claim your title. Thank you very much. And while this is going on, our troops are recovering in terms of numbers. So revoke this. Thanks for holding on to it, but you're still a filthy Lombard, so you need to go. That's going to give us even more piety. He's only sick, it's not that bad. I mean, he's not wounded anymore, at least. So he shouldn't die, but if he does die... it's 4 years of regency. It's not too bad. It's not good, but it's not bad either. But he's only sick. That's not that bad. Claim that. So he's going to create all these duchies. Which is fine. It's well within his right to do so. I'm just worried that he's going to make the kingdom title. Which is not what we want him to do. So, revoke this. Start transferring them over. Good. So he's got about 2/3 control of Italy at the moment. Still got some piety left. Well, let's just save this till after another holy war. So, let's see. Okay, we're down on troops. I think maybe you don't like me as much now. Okay, I'm going to need to create another duchy to give to him. cheaper than giving him a gift, and it lasts longer. And they give us 10 years with him, giving us 4,000 additional troops. Because we need them. Even though, you know, we had like 20,000 troops left over from the previous one, but still, leave nothing to chance. Alright, so what are we going to hit next? Badajoz has 4 regions in it. Alright, we'll hit that. This time I might cut my way through here, rather than come down this way. Don't have a lot of... Oh, right. I don't get that many troops from myself because I've got... over the limit. But that's okay. It's good. So from Seville now we can see... get a few troops in here. So yeah, the Umayyads are getting absolutely torn to pieces. No. So the wife's now 49. She's not going to have any more sons, or any more children for that matter, which is good. We don't want her to. Doesn't matter if that gets caught. Let's just get started. I know we've still got reinforcements on the way, but I just need to move quickly. The resistance is not that severe. Just gonna keep moving. Don't need to fight their army in battle. So our sister has had yet another child. At the age of 45. We would have thought you would go through menopause right about now, but that's good. More children that have nothing to inherit, that'll be eternally grateful for any titles that we bestow upon them. So it's good for the emperor, for us to only have one son and loads of daughters, because they eventually have loads of sons of their own that have no titles. Especially when we marry them off to lords, or not even lords, just like courtiers. People that just have nothing. Nothing to inherit. Because gratitude is a currency in the feudal system. Okay, I've still got nearly 22,000 soldiers left, and we're already at 30%. We haven't even made it over here yet. No time to wait for the reinforcements. We've got 17,000 men, that's enough. Let's just gotta move fast. So have they got any free war score from that? Not yet. We just take one holding and it'll prevent them from it. So they got 10,000 troops, that's good. concentrate. And I want you to end the plot. So they're heading over here. They want to attack my army, but that just distracts them. While we go and take these guys out. They want to send 10,000 men to kill 700, it's fine. I need to be capturing these settlements. And they surrender. Good stuff. We have another similar problem here, is that I don't have a castle to give to this. But what I'll do is, because I know I've got this guy here. If I was going to get him to be anything, prefer Wrath. Cruel's not the best, but oh well. Unfortunately, he's inherited his father's cruelty. Sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind. Oh well. So hand this over to you, and you just dish it out as you see fit. And at the end of the day, it's all going to end up going to you eventually. I probably should have done that over here, but this is going to be how much longer? About 8 months more. So it's fine. Alright, so we need to wait until we get back up to 24,000, and then we'll hit them again. We'll keep doing this until there's nothing left of them. Alright, so with the piety that we have now, who are we going to start revoking? We've got 474. This guy here, Duchy of Tuscany, time to claim all of your territory. Corsica, yep. Okay, we'll hand Corsica over to you. I wonder... No, I can't make that claim on that. It's good. We're out of piety, though. Waiting on this. And that's another stupid Lombard that we are rid of. Don't have enough party to hit anything else. How's our army? 22,000 should be sufficient. I mean, the Umayyads, they get weaker every single time we come here. Why can't I declare war? We can't afford to lose that much prestige, so there is a minimum amount. Alright, well that's fine. It won't take long before we get some more. I mean, I could always just create some titles in the meantime. That's a good... Actually, I'll create a king... Alright, another son. Good stuff. A lot of good Karling Dynasty boys coming through here. Dukes and kings, the lot of them. And if not them, then their children, and their children's children, so on and so forth. Everyone will remember the dynasty of Karling for millions of years. Not thousands of years, millions of years. The dynasty that conquered what the Romans couldn't. And lasted into the 15th century. Because I can't play beyond that. The thing is, now, if we get assassinated and our son gets assassinated, we've got plenty of options from which to play, continue on as. And notice as we continue to expand and we have more heirs that are not directly related to us, as in not our son, it's best to just have one son, things are getting easier. Alright. But that's just, the hardship we had at the start. It's not so bad now. Okay, so we've got 24,000 men, we're ready to hit them. Oh wait, the problem was prestige. So... Alright, we'll create this, because this will give us a little bit of prestige. And we'll just grant it to him. Okay, wife died. That's okay. Group of hedge knights. 10 prestige, no. Refuse them access. Whatever, I've got money. Since we do have money, let's continue building. Get temple vassal thing in there. Alright, now. There we go, militarily. Okay, I need to get married just for the stats. So look for someone who's old. Now we need someone older than that. So let's have a look within the Byzantine Empire. Not old enough. Well, you just have to stay unmarried for the time being, unfortunately. Because we can't have him having any more children. It'll fuck up our plans. Okay, so what are we hitting this time? Now we're going to stick to Andalusia first because I need to usurp that title. I think I'll go for the Algarves, just because I never actually... I don't want that to be the last region to take, because it takes me a long time to get there. These don't take me too long to get there, and it's all about how fast we can conquer it. I don't actually need to get to it. I just need to conquer all this shit, and they'll surrender it. So there goes our prestige, but that doesn't matter, because we'll get it back. 12,000 men, very nice. You can see here getting more and more support from these guys. Alright, heading over here just as before. Let's keep smashing them. Whatever. Well, what was that? Who died? I completely missed that. Who was this? Which is a hunchback anyway. From the hunchback mother. My little niece died. Well, it's not that bad. I mean, she was kind of shit, so... I guess that's alright. But still... An attack on my family is an attack on me, and if I found out who that was, I'd fucking crucify them. It's good. We had a heap load of conquest in this episode. It's good to see. Crusade would be easier, but I'm not waiting around 80 years for that. There you go, whatever. Okay, I think... Yep, this finished, so now we can actually sort this out. So, give him these titles. I'm still one over my limit, but that's because, you know, the wife died. I can't increase my centralization right now. And I'm not giving away any of my core territory, and I'm not marrying someone who's not an old bitch, basically. We've got to marry an old hag. No, I'm not interested in any of your plots. You can all fuck off. Okay, I don't want to wait around. Just keep attacking. We've come here so soon at the recent conquest that these guys haven't actually recovered yet. Yeah, keep hitting them because they haven't recovered. Don't give them the chance to. So the path that we'll take will make our way down here, then to Cordoba, and then make our way into the Algarves. Might need to fight them because they're in the way. Maybe not. I don't know why you guys are doing that. Just take that pathway. If we don't need to fight them, don't worry about it. You know what, I don't think I will go to the Algarves. It's further away. That doesn't matter. We're down here. Good stuff. Now, we don't have enough prestige to declare war on them again, but that's okay. So since this is a small region, I'm just going to hand it over to you. So once again, these guys need to land here, so I can disband them. Because otherwise I'll lose half of them. And the little other bits and pieces don't matter. Okay, now we've got 26,000 men. It's getting easier to fight them because there's fewer of their troops and there's more of us. Okay, we've got more piety. Not a heap load. But we'll continue to to oppress and evict the Italians. And we should start to see here is an increase in French culture. Good. All of these lords are French. I'm sure the minor lords aren't actually French though. But that's okay, because they don't really matter that much at all. Okay, with some of this prestige now, I don't know why I keep calling it prestige, it's this piety. Let's revoke some of the German lands out here as well. I claim this, so I can take it away. Because the Germans are obviously an opponent to me. Everyone is, I suppose. High Chief Aldrich of Holstein. Don't have time to deal with them right now. We're too busy killing Muslims. What can I serve? No, that doesn't matter. Alright, so let's see again what we can get. Arrange a marriage. Any old... So I can't marry my half-sister. No, obviously not. Is it stuck on this? Just delete all the messages and just give me only the recent stuff. Okay, so how's our army? We're in good enough strength. Okay, hit him again. We don't have any, don't have enough prestige. Wait a month and it will be fine. Good. New Pope means this one doesn't hate us quite so much. And create the Duchy of Navarra and hand it over to you. We just had this event. Alright, we can actually... Hang on a second. We can go for this, and this way we won't lose any prestige. Or we can do this and also this one at the same time. Why not? Because that's a whole province there. Then we'll go for... Let's see... I think Cordoba would be good. And whilst they're fighting amongst each other, we'll get in there and take the lot. This one needs to be done first, because that needs to be done urgently, and then we'll head over here. Okay, soldiers together. Like I said, this one first. So this is good because we get to take 2 provinces. Good, they become French. There's this going on over here, but to be honest, I'm really just focusing on this right now. We'll deal with them another time. Okay, our son just turned 15 there, so if we were to be assassinated now, it's okay. It'd be 1 year of regency, it's not that long, and then we're back in control with... He was looking good when he was 10, he hasn't really improved much since then. Oh well. I don't really care about these guys here. Keeping them distracted is good enough. So what we'll do is we'll move into this region after we've smashed them. Smash these. We probably shouldn't delay, but it's going to take a little while for my reinforcements to show up. Okay, I'll take that money. How old are we now? 46. We pretty much take a duchy from them like every 18 months, doing it this way. Of course, we've got no prestige, but whatever. It just means not much is going to be added to the score within this reign, which I'm fine with. I feel like I've taken more casualties just getting here this time. There's a lot more roadblocks in the way, and I didn't really put a whole lot of effort into maneuvering people out of the way. Just didn't feel the need for it. Alright, we've inherited a barony there. So just put that back in. And let's build a temple here. Okay, this war here is done. I'll take that, thank you very much. But we're far from done. Now we've got to work towards this. Now, considering we're in a weakened position because of the fighting, we'll be fine. I mean, like I said, the Umayyads, they're nowhere near as strong as they were at the beginning of the episode. They just don't have enough to give for resistance. I'm just going to hand this over to the Duke of Valencia. Oh, shit. Still, we've got 20,000 soldiers, that's not bad at all. So they're a little bit distracted down here, and that's absolutely fine. They're going to come down here and hit 444 men. While they're doing that, we're going to capture their territories. Quite a bit of attrition, but we'll be okay. Actually, I'm starting to be a bit concerned. 17,000 men. We're only at 40%. I know we've only just started attacking them, but still. Okay, we're really racking up war score here. We've barely lost any men. If they could just... There we go. Perfect. Good. And we still got 18,000 men left over. be the Duke of Cordoba, I suppose. Alright, awesome. Man, there's barely anything left. Okay, but we're gonna need to get some... Well, actually, I've got enough prestige, I think. I just need to recover my troops. Okay, with 600 piety, who shall we revoke? We shall revoke Franconia. This will, of course, be handed over to Middle Francia. Once we've, of course, just evicted all the Franks and the Germans and other filth that live in this land. So, you're Frankish. I'll take that. Alright. Oh, look at the region. They got fucked up big time. Actually, get Middle Francia in there. How bad are things? So it was looted. It's not going to make very much for quite some time now. It's alright. I wonder how much... Oh man, we got loads of prisoners here. Guess that kind of makes up for it. Still waiting on the message from the Pope. There it is. Thank you. Before we revoke it, get that going on with another claim. See, we've really got the ball moving now. Okay, there goes the majority of our prestige, piety, but that's okay. We'll just go and holy war the what's it called? The Umayyads again, and the circle of life continues. Circle of my oppression. Good stuff. The whole duchy absorbed and completely evicted. So now the new lords that are being put in here, they're French. So we should see, yeah, a lot more French people coming in. Probably should have done this over here. We didn't have the resources to do it back then. And if I ever have to revoke Aquitaine, I can do it then. Because obviously he's not going to painstakingly evict everyone that's not French out of there. So looking at this now, yeah, it's looking good. Alright, we're ready to go. 27,000, sounds good. Let's fuck them up further. Okay, so now this is kind of far away, so we'll go for Granada. Because we'll be focusing our efforts up here. After this, all we need to do is take Toledo, and then we could, I think, usurp the Kingdom of Andalusia. We'll, of course, put him in power. And then we just absorb this into it. And then we'll need to take that because it's part of the Kingdom of Andalusia as well. That's probably getting transferred into the Byzantine Empire if we don't do something about it, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so what are we doing? Maybe not. Need my troops. Good, he's already getting those troops. Like I said, once we establish the Kingdom of Andalusia, it's going to be worth at least 10,000 soldiers. After once all the new administration wears off. With 10,000 soldiers from Aquitaine, 10,000 soldiers from Andalusia, that makes us very powerful. And I'm all about power. Armies give you power. You get armies through gold and other means. Okay, so I've got enough gold to build another city. Good. Now, I would like to increase my centralization a bit more. We need legalism 3. Alright, do it. Less votes needed this time. Wonder why that is. Because we've curbed the bloody power of the nobility. All of the power goes to the few. And the common people. I don't know if they suffer or not. I mean, I have to levy their troops. We're winning all the wars, so well, whatever. Great conquest can often bring great periods of peace afterwards. Because if you think about it, in my personal opinion, the world should be in a constant state of trying to lessen the number of countries in existence at any given time. Because the more countries that there are in existence, the more death and suffering there is in the world. And so a great conqueror who seeks to unite and maintain a great empire can actually lessen the suffering of the entire world. Because if you think about it, think on the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was pretty much in a state of constant war. But if you consider how fucking large the Roman Empire was, if you think about splitting it up into smaller portions, how many wars would there have been between those smaller portions, and how much death would there have been between that? It would have been far greater than a large epic megastate that was in a state of constant war. If that makes sense. Who's this? My daughter died with pneumonia, but she gave birth to another son. She's Karling. Well, that sucks that she died fairly young, but, she gave birth to 3 good children, I suppose. I mean, there's no need for me to be, having any actual emotional attachment to it, because it's a video game, obviously. If it was real life, sure, I'd grieve. People often say shit like, Legend's so heartless. He doesn't even care when his own family member dies. It's a fucking video game. I'm being pragmatic. They're not actually my family members. I know here's the thing. People will try and criticize me based on anything. What I always find weird is people that get all emotional about their characters. It's like, fuck, who cares? You play a game that spans 700 years in the period of a couple of days in your own time. You can't get attached to someone in that kind of time, and it's just a portrait with stats as far as I'm concerned. Still got 20,000 soldiers. Don't want to go down that way. Well, I could. It's just that there's more territory out here. I didn't want to have to come down here and they'd be like, well, they still haven't surrendered. Good, more piety. So our son's come of age now. Alright, cool. I'll accept your surrender as soon as I'm done smashing up Leon. Good. Took Granada without having to actually go there. Greatest thing about all of this stuff in Iberia. Oh, hang on, we haven't done that yet. Is that they're all French lords. No Visigoths, no Andalusians. It's all French under our control. So yeah, come on, get out here. We're gonna disband them. Another son. Two sons. Man, we're up to our neck in sons now. It's great. Because it's funny, at the beginning of the campaign, it's just like, oh, bloody daughters. But luck has a way of... This is why I say luck doesn't exist. Averages have a way of working itself out. Like, there's probably going to be a time in which we're going to get loads of daughters again. But if you play for long enough, it's going to be very close to 50-50. Alright, so... Let's see. What do we got enough... We do have enough prestige... no, we don't have enough prestige to declare war on them again. Let me just... Excuse me, double check that. No. Oh, hang on, I've still got troops levied. We need 330. Okay, no big deal. Alright, now we've got a bunch of piety, and we're not done over here yet. So you're German, you can lose your territory. If he dies, it's fine. We've got a young king in the making ready right here. So he wants to become marshal. Actually, I might just give him that opportunity because that'll give him one extra marshal ability. Actually, yeah, which would be better for us. So that he'll go to 19. And we can forbid him from fighting this way. And I'll take... Is this a tribal? Yeah, it's a tribal territory. You're building a new castle territory. That's good. Alright, I might let you keep doing that, actually. Okay, all I need to do is evict this guy here and I can give him the Kingdom of Italy, because it would essentially be a worthless title at that point. Because he's got all of Italy. Alright, so... Duchy of Spoleto, I'm claiming this. And he'll get Benevento as well, you know, just working our way down first. He probably desires the Kingdom of Italy now. Yeah, well that's okay. Like I said, we'll give it to him. But one must be patient if we want to reform and go through the necessary steps. I don't have enough piety to finish all this off. That's okay. Good. Okay, we're ready to declare war again. Don't have quite enough prestige just yet. I think 400 is the gold number. Man, our armies. I don't need to hire my Demence troops now. No, we're good. Because they're small now. We've cut them by more than half. What are the Abbasids doing over here? I guess they're getting ready for our defense again. So, who are the Abbasids fighting? Thracian Holy War for Cyprus. Whatever. We're just still alive. You've gone through quite a few sicknesses. I think we've had a few close calls with you. No, I don't think he should get married. Not yet. Okay, see here, 57 years old. Oh, she's shit. She's Midas touch. I shouldn't... Hang on. Why don't we arrange a betrothal first? Can't. Because I want to get betrothed to her for like 5 years. Whatever. Oh, fuck, there goes prestige. I need the prestige. So I can declare war. Okay, by taking Toledo, they will have no holdings left in Andalusia, and I can usurp the title. Okay, so this time I don't feel like I need to hire my own personal troops. God, things are getting so much tidier now. Yeah, with 28,000 soldiers, we got this. We're up against a weaker force with more troops than what we had when they were pretty much owning everything. The Gorson of Aragon. Become King of Andalusia. Well, you're not going to get that. And end your plot. We've already designated who's going to be the king. Alright, 15,000 men. Let's attack. Age, who's this? Oh. Our sister's husband. She's 48, she's probably not going to get remarried. Well, she's not going to have any more children, so just leave her be. Let her be a widow. The Umayyads, they're not even bothering to raise their own troops. The only people here defending them really is the Abbasids. Arguably, possibly the only faction that can be argued as being stronger than me, or larger. But not for longer, not for that much longer at this rate. Don't you worry, Abbasids, we're coming for you too one day. But we just need to make sure we clear a way towards you. Yeah, you guys go and hit them. Look, we're really, we're so close to winning, don't even worry about chasing after them. Now, can we usurp this title? Let's have a look. Well, they're still at war with someone, so we can't usurp his main title while he's at war. So we have to wait until he's at peace. In the meantime, though, we'll just keep taking more territory. Because just creating the Kingdom of Andalusia does not end our struggles here. There are 3 more duchies, I think, that we need to take. And then there's Fez over here, I think it's Fez. Looks like they've got the whole duchy there. After we've done that, it's time to move on to Africa or the Yahids. Now that means... How many ships? We're going to start needing ships. I don't want help managing titles, I can do that myself. 41 ships means we can transport 4,000 men at a time, which is reasonable. Alright, the piety that we've got, claim this. How are we going militarily? We didn't really lose any troops in that war. We could go straight back to war with them, if, of course, we had any piety, which we don't have. I still need to give these settlements up. Here's a castle, you can have it. Wait, where's that? So, Andalusia, over the years, will don't get me wrong, they'll revolt against us a few times, but it's not going to be as bad as areas that, if we had left like the Italians and Lombards here, getting rid of them now is going to make it a lot easier for him to maintain his rule, which will mean I don't need to interfere as much. Okay, so we're at an hour and a half here, so we'll end the episode. So I think the situation has gone fantastically well. We've expanded by a huge amount. It's all really secure territory that is it's very profitable, and there's really no downside. The only thing that could possibly happen is that we still get assassinated, but that hasn't happened yet, and our heir is ready to go. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, guys. So like and subscribe. Part 6, I think, is next, and don't forget to visit me on Facebook. See you next time, fuckers.